morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Victoria Kennedy. I am testifying from Nigeria. I have known True Light of Jesus Christ of Nazareth ministry since 2018. I knew this ministry through my brother in Europe, and since then I have been speaking with Pastor Miracle on the phone. He's been ministering to me and my family through phone conversation. I haven't actually met him in person, but it has been a very smooth sail, with all the ministrations we've got from him. So it's been good until last year, 2021, January 2021, when my elder brother traveled all the way from Europe to Nigeria for a very short purpose. He came in the company of a few friends, and at the time they arrived in Nigeria, they encountered a very serious problem at the airport. It was an issue that eventually blew out of proportion, and it became a very serious matter. And then his friends that he came with, his friends whom he trusted and came in company of them, and before they had the problem, after a few weeks of promises of how they were going to help him to get out of the problem, including themselves. So we eventually found out that they were just making out their own personal plans to get out of the matter, and then eventually returned to Europe without my brother, and practically they abandoned him here without any help or whatsoever hope. They left him, and they sorted themselves out and they left. It was almost like, what the hell, why did he even come in the first place? If he knew that his friends were going to treat him the way they treated him, and he was left with nothing but the family to support him. And of course, we tried our best. We thought it was going to be a simple thing. We thought, okay, this might take some time, but not really. It might not be as serious as that. We started taking one step at a time. And let me remind us that before my brother traveled, before he came down to Nigeria, Pastor Miracle already told him, because he informed him that he had plans to come to Nigeria for a few things, and Pastor Miracle prayed about it and told him that he hasn't seen approval from God, that this journey looks like it's going to bring him a lot of sorrow. And he asked him in what sense. He told him all that he did tell him, and my brother didn't understand it from the spiritual angle where Pastor Miracle was coming from. He actually spent, according to him, he said he spent well over 3 hours talking to him, trying to dissuade him from the journey. But you see, when something just wants to happen, my brother was hell-bent on making that journey, as if someone that is being, rooted or something like that. He came, and right from arrival, the problem started, and before you know it, it went into a very full-blown problem that went on and on and on. And like I told you before, the friends that came in with him, or that were actually part of this whole plan, all made a way. They found a way to get out, to escape from the problem, and left him here. So it was just like a point of no return. For me and my family, it was the biggest battle that we have ever faced. It was the biggest of all our battles. This one touched us. This one touched every member of my family, because it's something that we didn't envisage. It's something that we didn't plan. While we're even going through the battle, sometimes we couldn't fathom it. We're like, are we really dreaming? Is this really happening? Like, we wake up in the morning and we see my brother, and we're like, he's actually in Nigeria. He's actually stranded. Like, it's happening, Then Pastor Miracle was there from the first day talking to us. So, brethren, Pastor Miracle, knew that we were pressed. He knew that we were under pressure. He knew that what would suit our mind at that time would be magic. He tried to stay by us. He tried to, give us daily comfort, speaking to us, praying with us, and all of that. He knew that what we needed was just a speedy help, but he knew also that the matter would be resolved, but not as fast as we thought, because God actually warned that journey shouldn't be made. Now, he allowed us some time to, suit ourselves. We wandered from one office to another, seeking help, making calls, doing this and that, and then eventually, when it was clear that nothing actually worked, he spoke to us. He said he's prayed about this, and God has said this is the route that we need to go. And we're like, what? Pastor, what are you talking about? You mean we should go to this office? You mean we should file this? We should file this paper? I said, but this is actually one of the things that my brother never wanted to do. Like, he felt this would mean more problem for him. He felt this might be like the end. It might complicate matters for him. And yet, Pastor said God has told him this is the only way out. And when we sought every possible means and we couldn't get a headway, we had to fall back on him and we had to obey. And we said, let's not disobey again. This matter is out of disobedience. Let's just walk with the plan. And then we started. It was as if the day would never end. And we started this process. We filed in papers at the places where he asked us to do so. And before you know it, responses started coming, responses we didn't expect, started dropping in, instructions on what to do started coming in, and we're like, what, is this it? And he kept pushing us, let's go, let's do this, let's do that. It's not as easy as I'm saying it. It's just that I don't know how to express. I don't think anybody apart from my family members and Pastor Miracle, who was with us when all these were happening, I don't think any other person can actually understand the kind of battle this was for us. But eventually, it took months. Eventually, God saw us through just like that. From an institution we didn't think that help would come from. And it didn't come like a temporal help. It was a permanent end to this problem. My brother was able to return. I am here to thank God for all that he has done for me and my family, that God saw us through this journey that seemed endless, that seemed helpless. It was just like a very big mountain that couldn't be climbed, but God gave us grace to pass through it without being burnt. So I'm here to thank God on behalf of my brother, on behalf of my entire family, that God has done good things for us, and we have come to give all the glory and all the honor to him who is almighty. I'm thanking him for also giving us somebody like Pastor Miracle, who never asks for anything, who gives selflessly. He puts his time, he puts his energy, and even his resources just to see that the will of God is done. And to that I say, may the God of heaven and earth continue to bless him, bless and expand his ministry, and increase the oil on his head. We thank God for everything, and I encourage everyone to stay on this altar and believe and trust God, because God can be trusted. Thank you.